Hello and welcome back to another week of Soapdish. I'm Jess. Now, as you can see, I am sadly on my own today because Gracie is sick. She may have had too much fun on her birthday. But do not worry, because you won't have to sit and watch me yapping about the soaps to myself. I'm going to be joined by two guests, Tasha and Harry, and they are going to help me dive into all of the soap drama from the last 2 weeks, starting with Emmerdale and Corrie with Tasha. Hi Tasha.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm alright, How are you?
I'm good. Now we've got you on to talk about Corrie and Emmerdale,
Excellent.
which are your favourites.
Yeah, my speciality.
Do you have a favourite out of the two?
Probably Emmerdale, especially at the minute.
Emmerdale.
Like, I feel like Emmerdale's just been a little bit better than Corrie lately.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand with that. I feel like I'm quite level with all the soaps at the minute, actually.
I tend to alternate between Emmerdale and Corrie a lot.
I feel like it's because it's the bit after Christmas and New
Yeah.
Year when they're all kind of like settling down.
Like a bit after Corriedale, like that's the big
Yeah.
Christmas New Year's event. Then,
Well, I
like,
think that's the struggle, isn't it? Because Corriedale was so huge that
true, yeah.
everything now, you just kind of, it's not comparing to Corriedale, is
Exactly, like if they could do a car crash now, and then you'd be like, eh. You know what I mean?
As long as Lisa Swain isn't in any of those cars, I'm fine with that. So we're going to start off with your speciality of Emmerdale.
Excellent.
And we're going to start off with the Kane storyline.
Oh my god.
It's, I mean, if you watched Soapdish last week, you would have known Gracie got very emotional by it. I think when it comes to the Dingles, people are, like, the Dingles are Emmerdale.
They are, like, obviously when it, well, technically when it first started it was the Sugdens, and now it's like the Dingles, like, I think there are only 2 Sugdens left really.
Well, 3, but one of them's dead now.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So it's just Robert and Victoria.
Yeah.
And obviously Victoria's gone now.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen Robert since.
We haven't, no, not since he found the, like, one of the stones in their farmland.
Yeah, that was the last time we saw Robert and Aaron.
Yeah.
Which, last time we had you on, it was all about Rob Ron,
It
and
was
now...
all about Rob Ron. I've got a new obsession now. Like, Rob Ron, they're in the park. I am obsessed with Vinny and Lewis, my new...
They are very cute.
They are
very,
sweet.
very, very cute. I don't know whether it's because I just love Lewis as a character, and I think I love that he's getting a little storyline that's not like drama or tense or anything like that. Like, it's a joyful storyline which Emmerdale needs right now.
Exactly, it's like the polar opposite to Rob Ron in a way, because that, like, I don't know, did you watch it back in the day, Rob Ron, when they were there?
I did, but, and you're not going to like me with this, I'm not really a Rob Ron fan, so like, I did watch it, but like, it's not cemented in my brain, whereas like, ask me about Vanity, bring them back, and it's like an encyclopedia.
I mean, those two are cemented in my brain, but I remember how, like, angsty they were, and like, the amount of drama that happened, but with like, Vinny and Lewis, it's so fluffy and light-hearted, and also like, so we saw in today's episode, they actually did kiss.
They did, and it was so cute as well how it happened, like,
yeah.
And I think that's what they needed, because I think they had the pressure of like, Ross was pressuring them.
Yeah.
And
love Ross and Cammy, by the way. The best, like, wingman matchmakers ever.
Yeah,
like,
but I think that's the thing of they had the pressure from like Ross and Cammy.
Yeah.
That like it was making it into a thing and they was aware of it. Whereas how this happened of like they were all excited and then suddenly like in the moment they just kissed, and it was just because I think I was getting ready this morning to obviously come and do this, so I watched the episodes as I was getting ready.
Yeah.
So I had it on in the background and I was like, I was actually on my phone to my friend and she was like, what's happened? I was like, no, it's fine. It's just these 2 guys have just kissed.
I was watching it like in the gallery, the episode, and I was scrolling through like, you know, the Joe stuff, which, you know, we'll get that onto that in a minute, but I was just waiting because I knew something was going to happen with Lewis and Vinny.
Yeah.
And then it happened on my phone and 2 people were talking and I was just like silently screaming.
One of my favourite moments was yesterday when like Ross set up that whole thing and then they came back and then Ross was like, I wanted you to like, and then he like did this with his fingers and I was thinking, yeah, that's definitely how it works, Ross. But I love that because I think it's that little bit of joy that the soap needs at the minute, because there's so much like going back to the Kane stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's so sad and obviously like he's not speaking to Moira about it.
No.
And then we've got all the stuff with Joe, and he's stolen Joe's car.
I really enjoy that.
I love, because for me, like, that's what the Dingles are about. They
Yeah.
steal cars, they cause trouble.
With like Eat the Rich, it kind of like there's always been conflict between the Dingles and then the whoever's at home farm, really, whether it's like Graham or Joe Kate or whatever. I really enjoy that.
Because back in the day, it was like Charity and Debbie and stuff versus Kim and Joe.
Exactly,
now it's Kane and like that family
and
versus Joe.
Yeah.
And I've also loved that, like, the car scenes, for example, have brought like Kane and Sarah, like their little scenes where like Sarah's like encouraging him to like get back into his like steal a car, like although I think that's causing some trouble for her next week, because I think she steals Jacob's like boss's car or something like that. That happens next week, so that causes some trouble. But I think there are a lot of sad, dramatic storylines, but there's also little things that are bringing little bits of joy.
Yeah, so like obviously like the Kane storyline is gonna get dark eventually.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and you probably talk about this, but what a good choice of character to have a storyline like this for.
Yeah.
Like Kane, who's very kind of very masculine, very macho, doesn't like talking about his feelings and stuff like that, and then to give him like a bombshell like this. What a great idea character-wise.
Yeah, me and Gracie have spoke about that exactly that before, because we spoke about it with, I know you don't watch EastEnders, but we discussed with EastEnders of like giving something like the mental health psychosis kind of storyline to someone like Phil Mitchell is so powerful in like showing men, especially because I feel like there is a bit of a stigma with mental health with men. It shows that it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how big you are, it doesn't matter how hard you are, it affects everyone.
Well, getting back to that, really going nicely to Bear, and like, because he had a therapy session talking about everything with Ray.
And he ended up coming out with it all.
Yeah, he did. Which, like, in a way, I was like, okay, I don't want him to go to prison, obviously, but he felt like he needed to say something. So I'm glad he was able to be like, okay, I can't keep this in it anymore, and he could just say it.
Yeah, I loved in today's episode Bear's was it today or last night? So I don't know. I watched them both at the same time. Last night. His conversation with Aaron was really, really special and important.
Just because, like, I think Aaron, he's a fantastic character for that conversation. Yeah. And Ruby as well, because we've had
Ruby.
That. Yeah.
I feel so bad for Ruby. Like, I feel like Kane. Everyone knows I love Ruby so much. And Kane is kind of obviously now gunning for them a little bit. Although I think that scene by like the water when she went up with Kane, I think he understood it a little bit more. Because obviously they didn't know that they were like grassing on Moira at that time. They thought it was Celia's land.
Exactly, like her intentions were all pure, they were all good.
Yeah, but I love that Ruby and Aaron have been the people to like have that discussion.
Exactly.
Because obviously, as we know from what's happened in the last year and a half and so, like Aaron and Ruby have very much been there for each other in that way for that reason. Exactly, so now having Bear in that little, I mean, it's not a good thing at all. Like it shouldn't be happening at all. It's a horrible thing. But having, when you're going through things like that, having that person that you know just gets it.
Exactly.
Because no one else gets it.
And what's interesting about those three characters, like, everyone looks at them on the outside, if they don't know them, and you think, oh, they're three really strong and powerful characters. Like Bear especially, like he's, you know, very physically strong, tall. Aaron's very like macho, very masculine and stuff, and Ruby's very powerful and assertive and sure of herself.
She is. She's
so like to have all of them be vulnerable and like talk about that they were victims of different forms of abuse is very powerful.
It is very, very powerful, and I am a bit nervous to see where it all goes with the Bear situation, to be honest. Yeah. But now we're going to move on to Corrie, which everyone knows is my favourite. I feel like Corrie, I mean, I've not had any of my favourites in it for a while.
No,
so it's been a bit, not boring with Corrie. There's just, I feel like Corrie there's so much going on and you don't notice it until like when they change to half-an-hour episodes. That's when you realise like how much is going on at the same time.
Like, how have you been finding half-an-hour episodes for Corrie? Because I feel like they try and do a bit too much now.
Yeah, I feel like it's because Emmerdale was always half an hour, right? Yeah.
It was an hour on
Thursdays.
Thursday, yeah, but yeah,
But I
that
feel
was
like it's
half an
hit.
hour.
It has hit more with Corrie
Mm.
because it's not that I prefer the half an hours
Yeah.
in terms of the actual time and the moving along of stories, but I don't feel like they've adjusted the storylines in terms of how many they're fitting in.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
Like,
feel
because
like
I didn't
yeah.
realise until, like, when we do Soapdish and I do the bit before of you plan what stories, and you're like, wow, there is so much going on, and you don't realise until then.
Yeah, but we have to talk about, like, because I know you're excited to talk about this.
No, don't.
we have to talk about it. I know you're dying to talk about it. The new Walla teaser image that we're going to go magazine.
Yes, so last night, I need to not cry. I know Gracie cried last week, but I need to not cry about this because I spent a while crying about it last night. A new spoilers got released last night, and next week Swala are getting a baby delivered on their doorstep.
Yeah.
The picture it's just like gorgeous. Both of them with Vicky and Ali, Lisa and Carla also did like an interview to go along with it, and literally the pictures got dropped and I just burst into tears. Like, we knew that this spoiler was coming. We had a big inkling that this was coming, but I just assumed that we were just going to get like shots, like spoiler shots usually are when you get the shots from the episode, and I was thinking, oh,
well,
I'm
we
going
got
to see
them
a
as
picture.
well, because like you saw the baby in a car seat outside. Carla just opened the door and she's like, huh? Like,
Yeah, I literally thought that was all we were going to get, but when I saw that picture, everyone knows, like, Swala mean a lot to me. Both Carla and Lisa as individuals are huge characters for me, but together they just represent something so special for me. It's just amazing representation of, and the showing of two powerful women who are professional and they're successful and they're now going to have this baby. The only thing is, you obviously don't know like how long this baby, there's the arguments and discussions about whether the baby's permanent or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be permanent, because like, so we know it's Rob's baby.
Yeah, so it's Rob and Mandy's baby.
Yeah. Is Mandy the one in prison?
Yeah, so she was the one that helped Rob.
Yeah, that was weird. A weird storyline.
Yeah, but I'm so excited for this. I'm really emotional about it. Just seeing like a same-sex couple with a baby. Same with Sakiv as well. Yeah. And I really hope they also get the publicity that Swala are getting when they eventually get their baby, because it's so important, it's so needed. But yeah, we're going to move on to the current storylines of Corrie.
Okay.
Start with one that was big this week, which was the flash forward episode.
Yeah. So they kind of copying these things in a way, like.
Well, they've all done flash forwards. They've all done it.
Like you cannot tell me, like, I have this like very tinfoil hat conspiracy that like there's someone on each boat crew and they all talk to each other. They all correspond with each other. Because the amount of times you see either similar ideas, like special episodes, or similar storylines that go from one boat to the other in such a short amount of time, there's no way that's a coincidence.
Yeah, I think flash forwards are really effective though, aren't they, with the fact that you can do things like who done it. That's always the way of, they'll show the person dead. Well, in this case obviously we heard that there was someone dead. They showed Betsy in the police station in a bridesmaid's dress.
I know. Because how do you feel about the wedding? How are you excited?
I am very excited. They also spoke about the wedding in this interview, Ali and Vicky, and said that they've got to choose their own outfits and the wedding is successful. I think that's all I wanted. Like, I don't care about anything to do with the wedding other than the fact that top priority is it has to be successful.
Yeah, it has to, like, no car crashes, nothing goes wrong. Because, like, we were nearly there with Rana and Kate, like about 10 years ago.
Yeah. And well, this will be the first successful not same-sex marriage, like,
lesbian?
I don't want to say lesbian because I don't want to name it, but like WLW, like marriage, like it will be the first successful one. It's also in Lesbian Visibility Week, so it's April 23rd.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, April 23rd. Make sure I got that right, otherwise
Come
the
on,
Swala
crew,
stands would be
yeah.
after me. April 23rd, it's during Lesbian Visibility Week, which I just think is so important.
Yeah.
And it's going to be successful, which was number 1 on my priorities list for this wedding.
I'm
Number
gonna-
2 is the
yeah.
return of Michelle Connor, but who knows whether that will
Oh,
happen.
she's coming back.
No, that's just what is in my priorities to
Oh,
happen
okay,
for this
sorry.
wedding. Like,
I
Carla
mean,
needs...
like, she's like Carla's best friend, so like, she
Yeah.
should be.
Kim
But
Marsh.
will you
get-
be
get
marking
back
it in
here.
your calendar for wedding day?
It is on my calendar, actually. I was sat with my friend when they announced it, and I put it straight in my calendar, and she was like, Jess. I was like, listen, this is very important.
But 5 people might be getting killed off.
Yeah,
5
so it's
potential people.
Carl,
Maggie.
Who?
Maggie.
Yeah, Carl, Maggie,
Jodie.
Carl,
Theo. And, oh my god, there's one more.
I'm going to test you.
I
This will be
should've-
your test.
Hang on. Right, let me start again. Carl,
Begins with an
Maggie, Theo, Jodie, and there's one more.
Me-
Megan.
There you go. Yeah, so who's your money on?
Again, like, who do I think it'll be, or who do I want it to be?
Who do you think it will be first?
Probably Theo.
And who do you want it to be?
I think that's a hard one because there's a lot of abusive people on that list that I would like to see.
They're all
I
They're all
think-
abusive
yeah.
in some way.
Oh my
like
God, yeah.
Maggie is manipulative. I think Maggie's quite mentally abusive. Obviously Theo and Carl. Well, Theo is both. Carl
Yeah.
is both.
Hmm.
Megan is
Yeah.
could say, but she is mentally, but also she's not physically abusive, but obviously like she
Yeah.
is.
Who's the other one again? That's four. Oh my god. Jodie, that's the one.
Jodie, I don't know what's going on there, but did you watch today's episode?
I watched a bit of it.
So
like,
she went into her box, because she's got that box that she keeps hiding. She went
Yeah.
into it at the end of the episode. And basically, during the last few episodes, things have been going missing. So Brian's book went missing.
Yeah.
In last night's episode, Bernie's face was cut out of the picture.
Oh, it was her.
So
oh, right.
Jodie has opened the box at the end of today's episode.
Hmm.
And all of these things are in this box. So I don't feel like her plan is just to do with them. I think it's mainly
No.
to do with Shona. But that confused me because I'm like, what is she doing? But she also met with this young girl turned up today.
Yeah, that wasn't Lily. Because when I was skimming through it, I thought it was Lily, but it's not.
But Jodie's now also linked to Carl as well.
Yeah.
And the whole Debbie stuff, which is breaking my heart.
Yeah, well, Debbie, this is going to sound very harsh, but like, I don't have a lot of sympathy for her as much as I used to do. Like,
That hurts me
I
so
know,
much.
but the thing is, right, I get that he's just gone, and I get that there's a lot of, I'm not a therapist, there must be a lot of complicated emotions and psychology going on there, but like, he's using you and he's being a psychopath.
I know, but I suppose in her brain it's that she obviously abandoned him. She feels like she
Yeah.
owes that to him, which I completely get. And he is
I don't.
absolutely like using that to his back. He is mugging her off left, right, and centre.
He really
But
is,
she's
yeah.
just too good for
I have a-
her own like.
I have a controversial opinion about Carl. I think, like, they're not going to do this. If they really wanted to, I think he had the potential to be redeemed.
He could never be redeemed in my eyes because I am a Webster girl, and he did what he did to Abby, and I'm not for that. He's done what he's done to Debbie. I'm not for that.
The reason I say that, I'm just seeing a parallel with, like, Robert Sugden, back when, over 10 years ago now, when he was very much a bad boy, like Carl. And obviously he tried to kill multiple people, like, and a lot of people thought he was beyond redeeming.
Yeah.
But he had a very similar thing with Carl in a sense of he never felt part of the family either.
Yeah, I suppose in my brain I do have that thing of I hate him like 99%, but there is that 1% that he is just a little boy
Yeah,
that
that's
was
the thing.
lost and abandoned by his mum, and he wasn't cared properly for by the people that he did. He had a lot of unanswered questions, and I think that's the reason he's doing what he's doing. And there's 1% of my brain that thinks that way about him, but the 99% is like, I want him to be the one that's dead.
I think like we are past the point of no return. Like there's no like, I don't think there's any redeeming him now. I think maybe prior Corriedale, maybe, but probably not anymore. Like I hope he gets what he deserves.
Well, honestly, I feel like I said at the beginning of this section, like there's so much to do with Emmerdale, so much to do with Corrie that we could have spoken about that we literally didn't.
Literally, yeah.
But me and Gracie will be back in 2 weeks to speak about that, and go over everything that's happened. There's just so much.
So much.
Thank you for joining me.
No worries.
It's always a pleasure to have you on. Hopefully next time you're on, it'll be kind of Rob Ron will be involved.
Hopefully, yeah.
And it won't be as chaotic of things to talk about. There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. No worries. Hopefully see Gracie next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Get well soon.
Now, finally, time for EastEnders, where we are joined by our guest, Harry.
Hiya.
How are you feeling?
Better than Peter and Oscar after their night out last night.
Yeah, you mentioned to me ages ago that you wanted to come on, didn't you? Because you're a fellow Southerner.
Yeah.
There's not many of us around here.
Exactly. Definitely not.
So you wanted to come on to talk about EastEnders.
Definitely.
What's your favourite storyline at the minute?
Ooh, do you know what? I can tell you a storyline that I'm really sick of, and that's the Zoe storyline.
Oh, yeah.
Finding her daughter, son, whatever. But a storyline that I love at the moment is probably the whole Chrissy thing. So it is kind of a sub-branch of that thing.
Yeah,
but obviously she's gone now.
I'm hoping the Zoe stuff comes to an end. I don't think it's going to come to an end because obviously now it's the mystery of Jasmine
and her brother
and finding the phone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But have you seen like all the memes of
Yeah.
Zoe's always like looking for something.
Yeah.
So it was like, I need to find my daughter, and then it was like, where's little Mo? And then it was like, I need to find the phone.
I think someone on TikTok
is quite memeable at the minute.
Yeah, someone on TikTok's put together like a 60-second thing of just every single episode there's been the same line said by some characters. So.
Yeah, so obviously we saw Jasmine get arrested. Are you happy about that? Did you think that was going to happen? I didn't know whether Kat was going to like try and protect her a little bit.
I think it was the right thing to do because for Kat it's either lose her granddaughter or lose her daughter.
Yeah.
And her granddaughter hasn't had the greatest track record over the last few months,
Very
having done
true.
all that stuff to Zoe. So yeah, it's the right thing for Kat to do.
Do you think, bringing it on to Cindy and Max, do you think that Cindy's going to do the right thing? When does Cindy ever do the right thing? But
probably not.
Do you think she will?
No, definitely not. I think she can use it as a chip between her and Max. You know, she's obviously she's not going to help Max. Max has killed her son Stephen ages ago. She's got nothing to do anything.
Do you know what? I actually secretly like really love Max and Cindy.
Yeah.
Like I really want them to
There's
actually
a part of me
like.
that thinks that she's the bride next year, but then I think in the preview flash forward episode earlier this year, I think she was like the bridesmaid, so I don't know if that's going to be the thing.
I didn't, because obviously Cindy was one of the options, but I didn't feel like it made sense because obviously like in the flash forward episode, like Ian was like a best man and was helping Max and stuff, so I was thinking, would he really...
His ex-wife.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it
a bit
doesn't
weird,
work.
isn't it?
No, definitely not.
And then just all the stuff with Max, there's always something going on.
I know.
And he's had all the stuff with Linda at the minute, which again, like, Linda's my favourite EastEnders character.
Really?
Yeah, I love Linda Carter so much. She's very dear in my heart.
She's definitely lost a lot of her own character. She's kind of been a support to a lot of people in the square. So
but I think that's good though, because I think she had such a huge year with like the alcoholism and stuff like that. So it's good that she's having a break, and it's nice to see her being that like person for other people.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Max and Linda though? Are you for it or against it?
I'm against it because I really want Danny Dyer to come back for Mick and Linda to be reunited. So.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Because
there's still all those theories of did he actually die? Because I feel like with soaps, unless you see the body, you never know. Like, I mean, Cindy's died about 2 times.
I know. From what he said, like in the public and in shows, other shows, chat shows, he doesn't seem like he wants to come back, but we can always hope that he will.
I feel like you do get those stars that either stay in soap, it's very comfortable, they stay there, or they'll move on to and he's doing like such amazing things as well, bigger, better things. I don't know. Like, I want Linda to be happy, and there is something cute there.
Yeah.
But I don't like Max Branning. So, like,
I think it's a great opportunity to introduce a new character into EastEnders that could be a love interest for Linda. I think they tried to do it last year with this guy that she went on a date with, but it never really went anywhere. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that Linda is get involved in is the whole Callum and Ben. Callum, Ben,
and Johnny.
Johnny, I always forget his name. I'm like, that situation.
Yes.
Which has kind of confused me a little bit.
So yesterday, I mean Monday night's episode, Ben basically got someone from prison to send Callum a notice that they needed to find a USB stick somewhere in this like really rich, bougie property. Yeah. So Ian, Kathy and Callum all went to that mansion place, but it actually turned out to be a setup by Johnny's secret admirer, let's say.
That guy is so weird, so weird. Like, have you watched today's?
Yes.
Yeah, like, he's just really weird when he was like, oh, I'll let you off if you, like, come home with me. I'm like, oh,
it's very predatory. But at the same time, he also needs help with whatever dodgy business his mate's got into. So
yeah,
I feel like
very
there's two
true.
Things he's trying to get out of Johnny there.
Yeah, and speaking of today's episode, I loved today's episode because I think it was quite Penny-centric, and the thing of her being pregnant, which, can I just say, I actually called when we was talking about the flash forward episode and people were like, who's that baby? I was like, I'm calling it, it's Penny's.
It's Penny's, yeah.
Then the only question is, why is she not there in the flash forward to care for the child? But I really love today's, like, bringing the awareness of, like, the kind of disabled parents and the fact that she's never seen like a parent in a wheelchair on the street, like with a baby and stuff like that. EastEnders do that quite well with, I mean, all soaps do it quite well with awareness and stuff like that.
It's great
Got
to
me
see
a little bit emotional, actually.
Yeah. And it's
Jack
nice.
did annoy me a little bit.
Yeah, but that's kind of representing what not most people, but a lot of people would think, because they don't know how to deal with it. So it's not like he doesn't like the idea of her
it's
having
very
one.
true. It's out of care for her, of like being like, are you going to be okay doing this? But Vinny's quite cute. Vinny was just like, you're okay. I've always thought he was quite irrelevant. I'm not really...
Yeah, and now it seems like he's getting his life together. Somehow Suki and Eve, just because they're adopting a baby, they've just had to retire from everything. And it's just Vinny doing everything
But that's
now.
also really exciting. I feel like the Panasars have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I'm excited with the Panasars at the minute.
Not to mention Ravi and everything that's happening with him at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to get a job today and failed.
One thing that annoys me is, why can't Priya work? That's what I'm sat there thinking.
Because
she sits there from, like,
she's a queen. She's a diva. She's like,
she's
I don't
at the
need to
dinner
work.
table like, yeah, you could work at the car lot. No, why don't you work at the car lot, Priya?
In her expensive outfits and everything. She was like, I got into this family because you're all rich. I don't need to work. Right, so now I'm going to test your EastEnders knowledge, see how big of a fan you are with a little game.
Okay.
My first episode of Soapdish, Gracie tested my knowledge with an Emmerdale game. I had to name as many Dingles as possible.
Right.
So I'm going to test you with naming as many Mitchells as possible.
Okay.
We'll get a timer up. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds and I'm going to count how many Mitchells you can name.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Phil, Grant, Sam, Nicola, Harry, Billy, Honey, kind of, Barney, Honey.
You already said Honey.
Have I? Oh, Teddy.
Yeah.
Louise.
I was about to say, do the kids.
Lola.
Yeah.
Ben.
5 seconds.
Callum, he is kind of still.
Stop.
See, that was more than 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got like 15 if I counted
effort.
correctly.
Yeah.
No, good. You said Honey twice, but that's fine.
So
she's
amazing.
No, she is. Is she a Mitchell? Yeah, it's Honey Mitchell, isn't
by
it?
marriage though.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining
That's
me.
all right.
You have proved that you're an EastEnders fan, and it was good to have someone from
Essex,
the south.
Yeah.
The Essex
The place they all
people.
go on holiday to in EastEnders.
Yeah, that or Ibiza.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining me.
That's all right.
Now, that is it for the soaps this week. A big thanks to Harry and Tasha for joining me and saving from just talking to myself. Big thanks to you for watching, and if you want more of us, please head over to our socials where you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at SoapdishTV_. I'll see you in 2 weeks where Gracie will be back. Goodbye.